Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to use isinstance function in Python. So this function will use mainly to safe and recommend way to check data types in Python. So especially when dealing with nested or mixed data. The syntax is like isinstance and inside that, we need to pass two parameters. So one is object and second is class info. So object is the value you want to check. So you had to pass some value here and the syntax is instance. It will check whether this object is Python data type or not. And class info is type. So that means the data type we need to pass here. So whether tuple or list or dictionary, so on. So what will get written is either true or false. So we'll see with some example. So how to check basic data types. So here what I'm doing is first I'm writing is instance and inside that I'm passing first one is value. So 10 is the value. If you see here this object means value you want to check. So 10 I'm passing here and I'm passing here data type as integer. So here class info is type data type. So you need to pass data type here. Then this isinstance function will check whether this value of 10 is integer or not. So if this value 10 is integer, then it will print you, it will return as true. And if it is false means it is not integer means it will give you false. So suppose in our first example, I'm passing 10 and I mentioned data type as integer and it giving as true. So that means value 10 is integer. And similar way, in second example, I given is instance and inside that I passed decimal value. So 10.5 and I given data type as float. So since 10.5 is float type, it giving you true. And similar way, I'm passing here string. So here I'm passing value as hello. So this is the string. Okay, this value is string and I'm passing data type as string str. So what will get output? Will get a true. And similar way, in is instance, I'm passing true and my value is true and I'm mentioning bool. So since true is Boolean type, we'll get true. And similar way, in is instance, I'm passing value as list of elements. And I mentioned data type as a list. So we'll get true. And similar way, in is instance, I'm passing one tuple. If you see here, tuple of 1, 2, 3. And I'm passing data type as tuple. So we'll get true. So since this is true. And similar way, in is instance, I'm passing one dictionary. This is set, okay, set of 1, 2, 3. And I'm passing data type as set. So since data type is correct, we'll get true. And similar way, I'm passing one dictionary here. So dictionary with the key value and I'm passing type as dict. So this also will get as true. And in each instance, I'm passing none value. And in data type, I'm passing type of none. So since this is correct, so we'll get true. And I am passing is instance. Value is none and data type I'm passing as object. So since this is true, we'll get true here. So For get more clarity, what I will do here is I will add one more line of code here. So is instance, suppose I'm passing 10, suppose I'm passing here instead of integer, I'm passing float. So we'll see what it will give you output. So here I'm writing the sentence like data type as float. And here also I'm passing data type as integer. So if I run this, see here, since first line of code, so 10 is integer, we will get true. In second line of code, the value 10, it is not float, integer. So we'll get false here. See here. So in first line of code, we'll get true. For second line of code, we'll get false. Why? Because 10 is not float. So that is integer. Okay, so similar way, we can try other also. Like suppose maybe I will give this one. I will add one more line of code. Maybe instead of dictionary, I will write array. And I think array data type is not available. So what I will give is list I will provide. And I will add text also here. So it will be easy to identify. So data type as dictionary, data type as list. So if I try to run this cell again, what we'll get is for this line of code, we'll get true, and this line of code will get false. See here, true and false. So wherever I mentioned dict, data type as dict, we are getting true, data type as list, we are getting false. Okay, so next we'll see one more example using is instance in if condition. So what I'm doing, I'm writing one if condition. If condition is if is instance value comma integer, and this value I'm defining outside. So my value is 100, and if I pass this value here, is instance 100 comma integer. So if condition, what it tells is, since this condition is correct, and since this if condition is satisfied, it will print this sentence. So this is integer. See here, we are getting this as integer. And same code I'm using here. I'm just changing the value as 100.5. So when you pass here, is instance 100.5 comma integer. So 100.5 is not an integer. So actually that is float. So that means this will get output as false. So that means if condition is not satisfied, then it will come to else condition. It will print this is not an integer. So next we'll see check multiple types at once. Like if you see here, as per syntax, in is instance, we are passing value, comma, any one of the data type. So here what I'm doing, instead of single data type, I'm defined here multiple data types, integer and float together, and I passed as tuple. So tuple of int comma float. Now what it does do here is this value 10.5, it will pass here. So is instance 10.5 comma integer float. So that means either one of the data type it should satisfy. If it is satisfied any one of the data type, then this condition becomes true. So this 10.5 is float type, and here we have int and float. And since this is float value, so among these two data types, float is matching. So that means one of the data type is matching. So that means this condition is true. So this condition is true means this if condition is satisfying. So since it is satisfying, int printing as number. Okay, so next, here what I'm doing, I'm defining list of elements here. I defined one variable here like data, and here I defined list of elements. So in this, I have different combination. So one is integer, string, float value, boolean, and null value. So here what I given, I used for loop here. So for item in data. So that means data means in this list of elements. So it will iterate one by one item. In first if condition, what I have in if condition is instance item comma string. So if this condition satisfy, it need to print as item as string. So suppose in first iteration, this 10 integer value, it will first pick up. So when it comes to this condition, since this is not integer, since this is integer and since we mentioned string, this is not satisfying, then it will go to elif condition. And if you see here is instance item comma bool. So here also data type not matching, then it will come to this elif condition. In this elif condition is instance item. So here it given two data types, integer comma float. So that means this should satisfy any one of these data type. So since 10 is integer and it is since it is satisfying, what we'll get first output is print item. So here in for loop, what item it passing? 10. So 10, this arrow mark is number. So that we are getting. So first iteration is over. Next it come to second element. So second element is apple, that is a string. So this item, it will come to first if condition. In is instance, item is apple, and since it is string and string, it is matching. So that means this output will be true. So that means it if condition is satisfying. So since if condition is satisfying, what it print is in second row, item is apple. So apple arrow mark string. Okay, so that is this one. So in third iteration, it will pick up 3.5. So 3.5 is the float type. So since first one is string type, it is not satisfying. Then it come to second elif condition. Here elif condition is boolean, so this also false. Next it come to this elif condition. In this elif condition, we have two data types, integer and float. Since 3.5 is float and since it is satisfying here, that means output is true, it will print 3.5, item is 3.5, arrow mark number. So that is third row. And in next iteration, true it will pick up. So now this item is true. So since this true is boolean type, in first if condition we have string. So that is false. Next here, in this elif condition, bool is there. So since true also boolean, this condition is satisfied and it is true. So print item. Item is true, true arrow mark boolean. So that is fourth row. And in next iteration, it will pick none value. So none value, since this is object type, so here string is there, it is not matching. Boolean is there, it not matching. Here integer float is there, this also not matching. In last condition is else condition, print item unknown. Since all these conditions is not matching, it coming to last condition, so that is none is unknown. Okay, so next I created one more list of elements. So in this list of elements, I added one set, one dictionary, one list, one tuple. So same for loop I used here. So for item in data. So here I changed only data types. So first I given set, second dictionary, third is list, and fourth is tuple, and last one is unknown. So now while for loop, first it will pick up this value. So this is set of 1, 2, 3. So it will come to first if condition. So is instance and item is this one, set 1, 2, 3. Since this data type is set and it is matching, so now this is instance, this whole thing will become true. So that means if condition is satisfied. So now what will happen? It will print. So this one set of 1, 2, 3, arrow mark set. So our first output is this one. Next, in second iteration, it will pick this dictionary. So this is a dictionary, and when it come to first if condition, since the data type is not matching, it will come to second here elif condition. In elif condition, so our item is this one and it is matching data type dictionary. So since this is true, now what will print this item? So item is this dictionary, arrow mark dictionary. See here, this dictionary, arrow mark dictionary. Next, in third iteration, it will pick up this list of elements. Since this is list, first it will come to if condition. So this since the set data type is not matching, and next it will come to elif condition. This is a dictionary and this is also not matching, and it will come to third elif condition. So here list data type is list. So that means here it is matching. So here item. So item is this list of 1, 2, 3 and arrow list. See here we are getting this one. And in fourth iteration, we have tuple of 1, 2, 3. So first we'll come to if condition. Since this is set, not matching. Next it will come to elif. In elif dictionary, this also not matching. And again it come to this elif condition. This is list, here also not matching. Then it come to this elif condition. So this item and this is tuple. So here condition is matching, print item. So tuple of elements, arrow mark tuple. Okay, so like this, it will check. So next is using is instance with the dictionaries. So that means I have one dictionary here. I have one nested dictionary here. So my dictionary name is student. And here I have my first key value pair is this one, name Ravi. And second key, this is my second key, and value is again dictionary. So that means this is nested dictionary. So in my value dictionary, again I have two key value pairs. Since this is a dictionary, in my for loop, what I'm doing, from dictionary to extract for iterating and extracting the key and value pair together, I'm using items method. So student is my dictionary. On top of this dictionary, I'm using items method. Since items method, it will give you output as key and value. I'm writing here key comma value. So for key comma value in student dot items. But if you see here in this for loop, since we have list of elements, here I'm passing directly this list here. But here we have dictionary and we want to pick key and value. But in this for loop, we are iterating each and every element. So this is one element, this is one element. So one by one element, we are iterating one element. So that's why given only here one variable, that is item. But in dictionary, since we are iterating key and value together, so here I given in for loop for key comma value in student is the dictionary and items is the method. And inside for loop, so first this one, what will happen? It will come to this dictionary. In first iteration, it will pick this key value pair. So now here key now, first this key is this one name and value is this one Ravi. Once pick this one, what I given if condition is if is instance and value is dictionary. So that means here value is what here this one key value. So this value is what this one this Ravi. So this Ravi is what string type. Okay, so this is string type and here what we given dict. So this condition is not matching. So this if condition is not matching, then it will come to else condition and it will directly it will print key semicolon value. So here what is key? Key is name. Key is name and semicolon and this value is that means this one this value is Ravi. So name semicolon Ravi. So now this first iteration is over. Next it will come to second iteration. This is key and this is value. So now what will happen? Key comma value, it will come to this if condition first. In first if condition is instance and what is the value here? This one. So what is this one? Dictionary. So this one is dictionary. This is the value. This is key. This is value. So here value is the dictionary. So that means this value, it is matching to dictionary. So now since this condition is satisfying, it will print this one. So what it will print? Key. So here key is what? Marks. So marks comma contains another directory. So with this we are just checking data types. So in first condition, it gave name and Ravi key value pair. In second condition, this marks it telling that this is a dictionary. So marks key contains another dictionary. So next what we'll do, using is instance with recursion. So that means nested structures. So we can consider similar kind of example. See here, similar kind of example. Only thing is I added two more key value pairs here at flat level. And this nested JSON is same. So here what I did, I directly written for loop. Here I written directly for loop. So here what I'm doing, that for loop I'm keeping in one function. See here. So this is same thing, and that means this same code I kept under one function. So I created one function. So my function name is print underscore dict of D. So this is one parameter we need to pass here. That means dictionary we need to pass here. Dictionary variable name we need to pass here. So for key comma value in D comma items. So D means dictionary name we need to pass here. So that it will take dictionary dot items. And if is instance value comma dictionary, if it is dictionary, then it will print underscore date value. So value means this one. Okay. So if it is else condition, key value pair it will pick. So now we'll see with this example. So here what I'm doing, I'm calling this function print underscore date of D. Print underscore date of D. D means dictionary name. So here dictionary variable name is student. So I'm passing here student. As soon as I pass student here, what will happen? So now my print underscore dict of student. So now my D is student. So now what will happen? This D it will pass here. So that means student dot items. So key comma value in student dot items. So next it will come to this dictionary. Since this is for loop, first it will come to this key value, first key value pair. So here what will happen? This is key and this is value. It will come to first if condition is instance value comma dictionary. So since this value is string and it is not matching with this dict, it will come to else condition. So in else condition, what will print? Key semicolon value. Key is name semicolon Ravi. So our first output will be name semicolon Ravi. So next what will happen? It will come to second iteration. So second iteration is this one, this key value pair, age 25. So now this value is integer. So that means first it will go to this if condition and our this value is 25 and that is integer. It is not matching with the dictionary. It will come to else condition. In else condition, it will print key semicolon value. So that means age semicolon 25. Age semicolon 25. So next it will come to third iteration. So that means this one, this key value pair. Gender male. So here also value is male and this is string type. So since string type, so is if condition is not satisfied, then it will come to else condition. So here it will print key semicolon value. So what is key and value? Gender semicolon male. If you see here, gender semicolon male. Again, next it will come to this iteration, fourth iteration. In fourth iteration, our key is marks and value is this one. So this is dictionary. So since this if condition is satisfying for this value is what? This one, this dictionary. So since it is if condition satisfying, what it does is print underscore dictionary of value. So that means print underscore dictionary of value. So value means this one. So this whole dictionary. So now what will happen? See here, print underscore dict of value. So here value is this one, this dictionary. So that means it will print this dictionary. So that is this one. These two key value pairs, it will print here. Math 90, Science 85. So next, if you come to one more nested JSON. So up to here, this is same. And up to this one also same. So as of now, we saw up to this level. And here one more nested, it is given here. So language, so this is one more level of nested JSON is here. So here what I'm doing, so same function I'm using, print underscore dict of student. So that means that this dictionary I'm passing to this function. So what I'll do, I'll take screenshot. So here in first iteration, if you see the for loop, in for loop, first iteration, it will pick name Ravi. So this we already discussed, like first it will pick this key value pair, since this is string, and if condition won't satisfy, then it come to else condition. So here it will print key value. And same thing applicable for first three iterations. That means this key value pair, this key value pair, this key value pair. So these three key value pair will get output first. So one by one it will iterate and you will get this as the output. So next in fourth iteration, it will come to marks. And if you see here, now value is this whole thing. This whole thing is the value. So now this value is a dictionary and it is matching. What will happen? Print underscore dictionary of value. So that means what will happen? Print underscore dictionary of value. So now my value is this one. So that means now my dictionary is this one. So here what I given, again it will go to function. That means again it will go to starting. Since I given function, no, this one, print underscore dict of value. So now my value is this one, highlighted one. So now what will happen? Again, it will start iterating from starting. So that means from here. So in this value, so this is the first key value pair. And if you see again here, these first three lines key value pair, all are integers and it won't match this if condition. So since it's dictionary, it won't match and it will come to this else condition. So here what it does, it will print key semicolon value. So that means math semicolon 90, science 85, computer 75. So next these three things it will print. Okay, so next what will happen? So now these three over, in fourth iteration, it will come to these languages. When it come to these languages, here in if condition, if is instance, value is dict. So again, this is a dictionary. Okay, this pattern language, this value is dictionary. So since it is matching, it will come to here print underscore dict of value. So now here, what is the value? Value is this one, languages, this whole dictionary is the value here. So that means what will happen? Again, it will go to main function. Now what will happen? So one by one, it will iterate. And if you see here, all are integers, all key value pairs. In all key value pairs, value is the integer. So first if condition, it won't satisfy, then it will come to directly else condition. In else condition, what it does, it will print key semicolon value. So that means this four total 2, 4, 5. This total 5 key value pairs it will print here. English, Hindi, Telugu. So from here, English, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada. So these 5 it will print. So like this, it will extract all the key value pairs from nested dictionary. And what is the summary is, for checking single data type, we can use is instance. So inside that x comma int, So X means value. And multiple types. So if you want to check with multiple types, is instance. So X means value. So integer comma float. So if it is a dictionary recursion, so either dictionary type or nested structure. So you can use is instance. V means item and dictionary type. And this is safer than type and used in PySpark logic. So mainly this is instance functions we can use while doing PySpark coding to check, to verify whether our value of data type is correct or not. Okay, so this all about how to use this is instance function in PySpark. So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.